So let's first recreate our beauty. What I mean by that, if you don't know necessarily, we have all these AOVs, and what you generally like to do is recreate your beauty from your AOVs, but because by doing that you have control over each individual element. So let's just copy and paste my loader here. So I'm just gonna, I guess, with selecting it, pressing F2, can rename it. I'm just gonna call the top one beauty, so you could just put it there. The bottom one, let's just select it, go to script, and then you should have this also split EXR. That's the thing that you installed. Let me just take a sip of my water. So if you just press that, you get this pop-up dialog, and I can just press OK. You can see it splits it out through a whole bunch of different AOVs. So a couple that we need for now to recreate our beauty. We need diffuse, we need reflection, we need refraction, we need GI. I don't think there's any subsurface scattering in my render. Generally you would need subsurface scattering. I don't think we need it in our render, and we have it in our render, so that doesn't necessarily matter that much. Specular. And I am going to be using some other passes later, so I'm going to be using the normal pass in a bit, but not right now. I guess we can just put those to the side. But let's first just recreate our beauty. So if we can just drag these through the, just have a look at them. So you can just drag them in the view here. You can see each individual pass. Right, so I'm just gonna select diffuse and then press Ctrl space on my keyboard and type channel booleans, so this one. So unlike Nuke, there's a difference between merging and channel booleans. Channel booleans is what you're gonna do if you're gonna boolean or merge different channels together. Merge is if you're gonna slap stuff on top of each other. So if I have a background, a foreground, I'm gonna merge it on top. That's how you do it with a merge. Like if I have an image of a cheese and I wanna put it in front of a picture of my face, then I would use a merge. And if I want to boolean stuff together, then you do it like this. And by the way, what we could also already do is right click, go to arrange tools and arrange to grid. Then you can sort of snap to grid, which is nice because then we can have it look a little bit more organized. Anyway, plug the diffuse in your channel boolean and then put the reflection in the second input. Let's just have a look at it, and to put the operation to add. So then it's going to add them together. So it's going to add the reflection to the diffuse, and the diffuse is almost black, so you don't necessarily see a lot now. We could put the alpha to do nothing because we don't have any alpha, so in this case it doesn't really matter. And we're just going to copy and paste this node, select or plug in the other thing. Let's drag it. Let's put specular on it. So then we have specular. Let's do another one. Let's add the refraction. And let's copy and paste that one. Let's add the GI. All right, and so we have the beauty here. Was this the beauty? No, this is the beauty. So you can see we recreated our beauty. So on the left is our recreated one, and on the right is our beauty. And then they might think, well, what's the point of this? Well, the point of this is that, for example, we have our refraction here separately. So for example, these colors here. So I could say, well, I could go settings, I could like do a little bit less refraction, for example, or I could turn down the specular. I could say, okay, I don't like how much specular there is. We could do the other stuff that we have. For example, we have these puzzle maps, and I could, for example, like we have specular here. And I could, let's see, which other maps do I have? For example, I have my sample here, which is again, it's called different for me, but you have the sample, and let's say I wanna, for example, let me check the refraction. Like I could say I wanna color correct So color correct. So if I color correct, for example, I would like do it on this entire thing. What I could say, I could grab my puzzle mat, right click on this thing, drag it over here, put it into effect mask, then select color correct, go to settings, and then use the, let's say we want to only color these orange ones, so put it to green, use the green as a mask. And then I could say that, okay, I want to, is it, oh wait, I put the wrong one in. I should put the, I accidentally put the puzzle mat in. I want to put in the sample. All right. All right, and now you can see I can just color these ones, right? So that's super nifty. So that's kind of why you do this. So I'm just going to remove this for now. So that's essentially sort of just why you would want to recreate your beauty. So now we have our little beauty recreated here. I guess we could maybe like group it if you want. Let's just not do that for now, but you could group it with Ctrl G and then it just becomes one node. You can double click it and then you get a net box for it. I'm not going to do that for now, but that's essentially how you can sort of, yeah, organize that. So with the space key, I can play back. You can see it's not as fast. Like for example, if I were to just play back my beauty, it's going to be faster because it needs to do some more work here. So it is going to make it slower. So maybe for now, for just our base comp first, let's just comp on our beauty. But we're going to swap this out. It's also one that we need to install. It's called switch views. I'm not sure if it was this one or this one. Let's just install them both. All right. Let's now type switch. Oh, then I need to restart Fusion. 1 second. So you can see how freezing reactor is super useful to sort of add this functionality that you don't normally have. Anyway, now you can sort of switch between inputs. So you can go switch. And I want to go to the second input. So here with the second input, it's going to be our fast beauty render here. And then later we can just switch it back. And then it's going to be the other one. I think there's one thing that's missing here. Oh yeah, we need another boolean here, by the way, and want to add our emission. Right, so yeah, now it's exactly the same. All right, so now let's load in some other stuff. So this is our beauty.